I was wrong. Turns out there is no real estate bubble. I'm stunned by this. Stunned. So let me share what's going on. So I'm on my browsing the citydata.com various forums. I'm part of numerous because it's just fun, man. I like seeing what people are saying about boots on the ground in Maine and Georgia and South Dakota stuff. Anyway, the guy posts in the main one that says in Cumberland County, where your old boy Josh is from, prices the median sales price for a single family home in Cumberland County, the most populous county in Maine, that's Portland, is 450,000 schmackaroonies. That's the median, which is up 29.7% from last June. So from June of 2020 to June of 2021, the median sales price was up basically 30% and is now at $450,000. The median sales price for all single family homes in Maine is like 310, and that's up another significant amount. I'm like, how can that not be a bubble? I mean, I get the stock market being up 60 to 70% because it was down 35% last year, but the real estate never went down that much. So how can this not be a bubble? And then to my initial chagrin, but to my benefit, some guy said, well, check this out. He sent me the Fred info, and I said, now he missed it. He missed it. Some way he missed it, not too much, but in some way he missed it. And I'm going to share that with you right now. So he sent me this report. And you can see we have a Fred, all transaction house prices for index for Portland and South Portland, Maine, going back to 1982, I think. All right. So you can see this looks like a pretty significant bubble. We got a slight bubble there, pretty sustainable growth right there, and then it flattened off with Gulf War and whatnot. And then, from 1996 to 2006, fell off, and then another. So we got growth, growth, growth. All looks pretty much the same, right? And so you're thinking that's definitely a bubble. No different than this bubble, no different than that bubble. But that's not a bubble. Because check this out. This was going from 49 to 112. 49 to 112. So let's see what that is. We take 112 minus 49 divided by 49. That's 128% increase. So 1.28 or 128%, I should say. So that more than double, 128%. So here, stick with me for a second. 120% increase. All right, and that's from 82 to 89. We go from 2095's at 100 to 2000, and so that's a 138% increase from 95 to 207. So for 12 years, it took to go from the worst of 100 to the top. All right, so here we go from 210. That's in Q1 2013, and I think right here is about 320. So it goes from 210 to 320. So we take 320 minus 210 divided by 210. That's up 52%. And that's from 13 to 2020. Now it's up a little bit more than that. But still, all right, so check this out. That's for Q1 of 2021. So we go to map, and I'll put links in the show notes so you can look at your own area. This is fantastic. Like, here's where I'm at right there. Roswell, 248. That's what our thing is. Here's Wenatchee, 303. Here's Rapid City. Where's Rapid City? Right there? Oh, man. Oh, wait, it's down here. 305. Here's Bangor, 229. Here's Phoenix right there. That's Prescott. Phoenix, 349. Anyway, point being, you can look on your own thing. It's fun. All right, so let's go back to the graph. But what we want to do is we want to edit the graph, because this right here doesn't show you the actual percentages. It just shows you, but essentially not adjusting for inflation. It shows you 49, we'll say 50 to that, and it looks like it's the same, but it's not, man. It's not. You got to look at the log scale. So we hit the log, apply. Now watch this. Hit cancel. This is the run in the late 80s from right here. Look at that. That is the significant steep increase right there. Then a flattening off, then a significant steep increase, then flattening off, and then a more gradual increase. Does that make sense? So what's happening here is we're nowhere near the bubble that was from the mid 80s. And then, after Gulf War, I guess, I don't know what I don't know. They weren't raising. They started raising in 94 and 99, so that didn't affect the marketplace. But what happened here? I don't know. What happened here? I don't know. But we know what happened here. But still, look. So what happens from a percentage perspective? This is a big fat nothing burger relative to what the previous perspectives were. And so what happens with a log? What we're going to show you here, this is what's interesting. A log scale is a way of displaying numerical data over a very wide range of values in a compact way. All right, such a scale, because typically the largest numbers in a normal scale are hundreds or even thousands of times larger than the smallest numbers. But such a scale is nonlinear. The numbers 10 and 20, there's 10 separating 10 and 20 are not the same as 60 to 70 in terms of the distance. Does that make sense? So on a log scale, the distance from 10 to 20, that's 100%. It's 10, yes, from 60 to 70, 10 to 20. But the percentage as a distance is a whole lot different because 10 to 20 is 100%. 60 to 70 is 10 divided by 60 is only 16%. And that's what shows you here with a log scale. The years from 82 to 89 was up 128%. The years from 95 to 07 was up 138%. The years from 13 to 21 is only up 58%, even though the log, the right here, log, if we go, and that's what's reflected in the log. But if you go to the regular graph, the non-log, I guess linear, I'm not sure. It looks like actually, this looks, and here we go, let me show you. This looks like the same. This looks like a more increase than this. Well, it is from point to point, from 210 to 320. This is only from, so 210 to 320, it's 110 points different. 50 to 110 is only 60 points different. So this would seem like a bigger from price to price, and you almost look like not adjusted for inflation. And you'd be right. But from actual the log, the percentages, this is not even anywhere near that. It's crazy. So look. 40 to 80 is 140 is 100% increase, or 40 units. 80 to 120 is 40 units, but that's only a 50% increase. 120 to 140 is 40 units, but that's only, 25% increase or something like that. Does that make sense? But if you go to the log, this is so critical, man. And you hit reply. All right, so here's 40 to 80, that's a 100% increase. 80 to 160 is a 100% increase. 160 to 320 is a 100% increase. And that's where it just is, you can see it's not a bubble. All right, so hang tight. It's going to be the same thing. 100 to 20 is 100 units increase. 200 to 300 is a 100 unit increase. 300 to 400 is a 100 unit increase. But as a percentage, 1 to 200 is 100%. 200 to 400 is 100%. 400 is not even on the thing, so it's not log. And so it looks like there's a leveling, not very high increase right here. This is for the whole state of Maine, by the way. We had a pretty high increase, but it looks like this is significant. Look at that increase. Oh, my goodness. But then if we go to log and check, oops, we got to go to format. Hit reply. Look at that, man. Look at this jump from 80. I don't know what that is. That's from 1975 to 1989. Look at that jump. I wish they gave the numbers there. But anyway, look at that. Then look at this jump here. This goes from basically 220 to 500. And then we just have this tiny little jump. That's not freaking a bubble. That's not. All right, so let's go to, I don't know if we can, how do we change this here? We can go to, all right, let's go back to this guy right here, and we'll, graph. All right, hold on a sec. If you want to see the map, you got to be on a non-log scale. So you see, download, edit graph, view map. So what we got to do, it looks like we got to change it to a non-log scale. So let's do that. We'll get rid of that, hit apply. And I'm wondering if that will show up here. Yeah, there you go. That's weird. I wonder why they do that. All right, so let's hit map. And this is Maine. We'll click on Georgia. Your buddies. I guess I can't. Can I do it? It won't let me do it. Obviously, there's a way in here to do it, but what we download? Anyway, but oh man. Anyway, let's just go back here. Okay. So 1980 was 100, and you can see this goes up to 718 in California. So it's gone from 100 to 718 over the last basically 40 years. And Maine's gone from 100 to 645, and Georgia's gone 100 to 424. Look, these are all steep, the cheap place. I'm telling you, man, Missouri is where y'all should be going. I'm telling you right now. Florida. All right, hold on a second. Let me see if I can't find how to get back to the. Well, we can't click this of what that does here. That's still Maine. It looks like we're still in Maine. How do I get out of Maine? States. Okay, there we go. So let's get to states. There we go. Let's see if that works. Go to Georgia, where your old buddy Josh is. There we go. And we're going to go to, all right, let me pause for just a sec. Oh, right here, all transactions. All right, cool. All right, one sec. Oh. Okay, so we go to U.S. regional data. All right, you're going to click on states, and we're going to go down to your state. You're going to look up Georgia. And what we're looking for is all transactions. So all transactions. So all transaction house price index. All right, that's how you got to do it. As mess around a little bit. And here in Georgia, here we were. This is non-log scale. So here we were, and at the end of 2007 at 324. Now we're just back up to 424 after going down to 251. That's freaking crazy. So let's go to edit map. And we're going to go to format. Let's do this log. I bet it's going to look even better. It's not a bubble, man. Oops. Shoot. Why? Oh, man, I screwed that up. So let's see what we got here. So look at this. This is the log for all house prices in Georgia. That is not a bubble for the whole state. Now, I wonder if we can go to, all right, hold on a second. What you got to do is you got to click on states. We're going to go to Georgia. Then we're going to go to MSAs. That's what we want to do. And then we're going to go to this one right here. And then we're going to go to Fulton County, which is where I live, which is right there. And then we're going to go to, we're going to look for all, I think. All transit right here. All, oh, sweet. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Oh, man, it's nuts. All right, so here in Fulton County, this is not log. So that looks like a huge bubble, doesn't it? Look at that. And we start in 1975 at 25. It went to freaking 135 in 2007, went down to 106, and now we're right there at 175. All right, but if we go to edit graph, so, I mean, you could say, look, it was 106 to 175, that's 75% increase roughly, 70% increase roughly. All right, well, that's true, but from freaking 25 to, I mean, even here, 106, that's a 400% increase over the last, 30 years before that. So the last 10 years, it went from 106 to 75. That's only 75%. Anyway, so we go to format. I tell you, man, I am stunned by this. Go to apply. This is freaking, I mean, look at that. That's not, I mean, look at this. This is Fulton County, my friends. Huge run up, even after then right here. And then, yeah, we've had a run up, but you cannot sit there and say that's, I mean, look, so 30 to 60, 60 to 120, 120 is 240. The next, 200% is not even on the graph. I mean, the trend line, you hate to even do that. Like the trend line should be like this. That's nuts. I'm stunned by that. Anyway, I'll put links in the show notes. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's look at South Dakota, Rapid City. We're going to look at South Dakota. So what am I doing here? I'm going to categories, U.S. regional data. So I always go to control U.S. regional data, categories, states, go to South Dakota, MSAs right there. Let's go to Rapid City right there. And we're going to go to, all transactions right there. Oh, man, I love this stuff. All right, so let's take a look here. All right, so this goes back to 1992. It looks like a steady growth, a little bit of a boom there, I grant you. To 305 from, I wish I could see that number. I can't quite tell, but that's that's a boom. Don't get me wrong, but if you look at the I mean, that's just not. I mean, look at the change, the trajectory, man. 80 to freaking whatever that is, 240. No, 200. So that's a 250% increase. Flat, and we went from basically 210 to it's a 320. It's not a. It's 210 to 320 is only, what do we say? It's like 210. We go 320 minus 210 divide by 320 divide by 210. That's a 52% increase in basically 10 years. Oh man! All right, more to come. That's not a bubble. All right, love your thoughts. We'll see you.